Hello, Perfecto de Castro.
Hello, Henning Pauly.
It's not the Filipino Kirk Hammett.
No.
No.
But Kirk Hammett is half Filipino.
So he is the Filipino Kirk Hammett.
He is the Filipino Kirk Hammett.
We are here to answer the question, should you buy a Harley Benton double neck DC, whatever it's called, if you play in a tribute band of certain bands to fill the need for a Gibson double neck, which the name is, what's it called?
ES
75 something.
Yeah.
If you're looking for actual real historical information, this video is filled with half-truth and badly researched misinformation. But let's skip to the end of the video. Yes, you should. Yes, you should buy one of these because
it's fun.
It's fun. It's inexpensive in ways that I can't even describe because it's so much more inexpensive than the real deal. We're going to get to that. And they're rather high quality.
Pretty
But,
much.
of course, before we can find out if it's high quality or not, we have to take the brand new one, that's the old one, out of the box, which you see right about here.
You could also mention that this has something that the pricier ones don't have. 2 extra frets.
Yeah, and a lot more stuff. I think it's better.
Okay.
So, obviously, you've seen this, and before we get to the nitty-gritty and some historical misinformation or half-truth, I have him play some nice sounds through the Tone King Royalist in clean while you look at some really pretty product shots that we made for you. Hit it.
Wait, what?
You're playing something.
Oh, I'm playing something now?
Yeah.
Oh. What am I playing?
Imagine beautiful product shots
Okay.
flying by while you show all the benefits of this amazing guitar, whose name I don't know.
Oh. Because I thought we recorded that already.
No, but that's not for the product shots.
Okay.
That should be enough.
Okay.
Very original tunes you did there.
Yeah, because I'm the Filipino Bon Jovi.
You are the when you go through the Philippines with him, everyone's like, "Oh my God, it's perfecto! Oh my God, it's perfecto!" It's like I felt like I was with a rock star, which is true in the Philippines. By the way, did you leave the Philippines not to be followed by groupies? Was that one of the reasons?
No, it's just Males wanting to learn guitar.
We have a Noodle Track. Let's wait with that. We'll give them some information before we get to the actual guitar. So the original, of course, is a Gibson. That's a very, very famous guitar. And that was brought to market in 1963.
Yeah.
And it came in jet black, cherry, sunburst, and
White.
so I can read. We've seen this thing because it's been made very famous by that the guy in Led Zeppelin, George Harrison.
Jimi Hendrix.
Jimi Hendrix played one in Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, Stairway to, I don't know, something, and the Rain song, which
To
we
the second floor.
Stairway to the second
yeah.
floor. Should have taken the elevator. The Rain song, which we don't want to play because we're so lazy, because we'd have to retune it.
And look at how many tuners I have to turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Celebration Day, the song remains the same. All Led Zeppelin songs, the guy loved it, which is why one of the very expensive reissues is actually a Jimmy Page model.
Mm-hmm.
Now, also, what's his face from Don Felder from...
Yeah. The Hawks.
Oh, okay. Who was the guy in the Eagles? Wasn't that Don Felder?
The Hawks. Okay, Eagles.
The Hawks, the Eagles. I didn't even, my brain doesn't brain. Wow. The Hawks. You got me, you fucker. I literally believed you. So apparently he had a special version where he actually had, wait, did the Gibson have the jack on top? I think so.
Yeah. So he had this on the side?
He had one knob less or more or something.
Okay.
Also on the Gibson, of course, it's in the middle. The switch for the two is in the middle, which might be more convenient.
Yeah.
But if you now try to buy one of those Gibsons, they clock in at $9,000.
The unbranded one. The non-signature one.
It's just the normal
Okay.
off-the-line Gibson. And you
Okay.
can still buy them.
Not the Hendrix one.
Not the Hendrix one.
Yeah.
They were, of course, in production, and they're not. And there were some signature versions, just slightly different electronics happening throughout the years. And there are a lot of 12-string songs, like, of course, Wanted, Dead, or Raise Your Hands by the Jovies. But I can't. I can't possibly. That's sacrilege. Okay, saying anything wrong about Bon Jovi feels like sacrilege. About Led Zeppelin all the time, but I mean about Bon Jovi, I can't do it.
Yeah. Wanted, Dead or Alive.
Yeah, but there are many 12-string songs out there. But how many 12-string songs were performed on the Gibson ES, whatever it's called, double neck? Not as many. Now, if you're interested in 12-string, in my research, I've come across a channel called 8 Minute Axe.
Yes.
And he does a lot of 12-string. He has so many acoustic and electric 12-strings. I didn't know that many existed. And he seems to have them all. So a lot of good 12-string information. He also has this one, I think. Yep.
Yeah.
A lot of 12-string information is on that channel. Tips and tricks, lessons, everything. So go there if you're interested in 12-string. We're covering and looking at who played the Gibson double neck and whether or not the Harley Benton version is a good substitute. Let's look at who played it. I have Earl Hooker, Elvis. Elvis didn't play guitar, but maybe he held one.
Held one.
John McLaughlin.
John McLaughlin.
Charlie Whitney, don't know who that is.
Jimmy Page, of course.
Where was he?
Charlie Whitney.
No, Jimmy Page. Where did he play again?
Led Zeppelin.
Ah, that's the guy.
Okay. Yeah.
Was he Hendrix's brother or something?
They lived in the same town for a little bit. Yeah.
Alex Lifeson.
Yes.
From Rush in the song Xanadu, which I'll tell you right now, we didn't have the time or patience to learn. So I'm going to steal some stuff off the interwebs and show you that. Eddie Van Halen?
I'm not sure how accurate that, but he probably has one.
Wikipedia.
Had one.
Tommy Shaw
Tommy Shaw, Styx.
and Don Felder of the Hawks.
Oh, and there's one more not on the list. Steve Howe of Yes.
Yes.
And
Yes.
yes, yeah, see that. And Rick Emmett of Triumph.
Especially in the song, I mean, you could read all this. We're just reading things to you that I wrote down. Magic Power.
Magic Power, late on the line, I think.
Styx, Fooling Yourself. But of course, the big ones,
Yeah.
the very big ones, are Hotel California, which we're gonna get copyright strikes just for saying the word.
Really?
I don't know. Probably. Which, interestingly, what did we just find out? So the Eagles, when you play Hotel California, or you just mentioned the Eagles, even in a nature documentary, they're coming to get you on YouTube. You're not just going to get a copyright strike. They're just taking the video down.
Yeah, shut down.
But while recording the riff for this video and recording Stairway to Heaven, and then a non-capoed version of Hotel California, Perfecto found out Hotel California is a blatant ripoff of Stairway to Heaven. It's literally verbatim the same chord progression.
And the interesting thing is they probably got away with it because it's a different key. But now Don Felder plays it in the Stairway to Heaven key.
So they're coming after everyone for stealing their shit or playing covers when they ripped off Zeppelin. I'm going to assume Zeppelin was there first.
Stairway to Heaven was also in a copyright debacle, which was swept under the rug.
Look, if you want to play Eagles, just play that song, which is a ripoff, on a ripoff guitar, and then that kind of evens each other out.
Played in A flat.
There you go.
There you go.
Let's go quickly into it. You do play Hotel California on the 12th string, capoed in the 7th fret. Now, I had issues, honestly, finding a capo with a spring that works. Do not use a spring capo because it doesn't have the pressure. The low E strings didn't work.
Yeah.
But my nice friends from Ibanez gave me these two capos. Now, this has a lot of pressure because you're actually clicking it in the back. So that really works.
And do I have to, okay.
You would probably want to retune it.
Retune it?
And this one works because you're actually tightening it with a mechanism.
Yeah.
But you need, for guitar like this to play that, you need a good capo that has the right amount of pressure.
And that version, you can actually adjust the tuning because of that knob.
Yeah, you can go up and down a bit.
How much tension?
Yeah, so you don't have to retune too much.
Right.
But let's do this. Let's go quickly to our non-capoed version of Hotel California. I want to get into quickly for the noobs. What is a 12 string? Because many people might not know what's happening there.
Well, people.
How many strings does it have?
12.
Cool.
Yeah.
Did not know that.
But technically, it's a 6-string with doubled courses.
Okay, so on the low E string, we have an octave higher as well. So there's a tiny string on top of the big string.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
Play that.
Let me play.
Just play the E string.
Okay, so E string, regular E string, and then octave higher. Just like playing an octave, like one of these, or one of. It's like playing this. It's like playing that, but easier. Right?
So for the A, we got the same thing happening.
On 6th string, it is. Okay. D string. Same thing. G string. This is what actually gives the 12th string its signature sound. That high G string. Oh.
But on the B and E, you wouldn't be able to do that because it would be way too high. It's just physically not possible.
There's no string thin enough.
Yeah. So those are just doubled, which creates a nice chorus effect.
Or unisons.
Yeah. So, which is why when you have a 12-string effect in a helix or kind of like a pitch
shifter,
it will never sound right because it doesn't know what strings you're playing. So it would technically have to play any note on the B or E string.
It'll sound like this. I'm playing the harmonic. There. On the high E string.
So it will sound good, and there's some good 12-string pedals that you can do, but it'll never sound right because those two top strings are not an octave higher.
Yes, especially if you're playing notes in the upper register.
Yep.
Then it'll be like, the octaves will be like somewhere right here.
Let's, before we talk about some electronic-y stuff, go to Stairway to Heaven. That starts on the 6th string for the intro, then goes to
the strum
release on
beat.
here, and then for the solo, he goes back here. Made a lot of sense for Mr. Hendrix in Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, especially for live.
Because
he didn't record it that way.
Well, in the studio, that was likely a 12-string acoustic.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's check that out. Now, to all you super has to be note for note aficionados, no, it wasn't, but you might cry about it. We're not. Music is supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
So on these, we have a switchback here, which is in the front, we got the 12th string. In the back, we got the 6th string. In the middle, we got both, but with a little bit lower output for each.
Yes, because they're sharing the same output.
Yeah. Then this is the 3-position switch for the 6th string. This is a 3-position switch for the 12th string. And we got volume, and tone. Now, Perfecto, where might you get these amazing hats?
These hats are made by our good friends at Rocket Music Gear. And this particular version will be coming to my web store very soon. These have the very cool holographic chameleon style.
So we can only get them from you.
For the meantime, yes. Eventually.
Hello, Haley.
Soon. Hi.
She's great, and she makes really cool stuff. Support the girl. She does really cool things.
Yes.
Pedal toppers, straps, ridiculously cool hats.
Yeah, pick holders, and coming soon, 3D printed guitar straps.
3D printed guitar straps.
Yeah.
Talking about really cool things you can have. Someone at Guitar Summit gave me the tuner red.
Don't start smoking.
I don't smoke, but when you want to look really cool, like Jimmy Page Hendrix, you can charge this thing up. You know how back in the days they had and anyone cool, they had the cigarettes that then burned down to the headstock and left a little thing there? Mm-hmm. If you want to look that cool, your tuner can actually look like that. I don't know if it's a good tuner, no idea. But
it picks it up.
But those ugly tuners that hang there, those little black boxes, might as well look rock and roll and have a cigarette tuner.
It does look good on camera.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Okay.
It works. I don't know if I'd use it, but I mean, let me see. Well, here it doesn't fit under the string.
Oh, okay. So that's another difference between. There you go. Put it there.
This one, by the way, is version 1.
Okay.
And hasn't been used in many years. This stayed here because, as many people have pointed out, Mr. Dent, my cat, peed in the case.
Okay.
And then it couldn't go back to Toma.
Ah.
So the case for this one has been open for days now, because I'm hoping we can repeat that.
Ah.
But the cats have laid in it, sniffed it, but not peed in it yet.
Okay.
So we can only hope.
Should we refill the water bowls?
Yeah. I mean, you're here, you might pee in it. I mean, whatever.
How badly do you want this thing? Because you can pee in it.
So let's look at the differences.
Okay.
You already pointed out the bridge here is considerably further back for reasons that I don't know why.
Because the Gibson one is.
But not necessary.
You don't really need it.
No.
Yeah. In
The,
fact,
the pickups here are Roswell.
no. Wilkinson's.
What?
It says right there.
Well, can't read.
Okay.
I've never learned. And these are Teslas.
Teslas, yes.
Yeah. Because they're, electric guitars.
Electric guitars. I've actually visited the Tesla pickup factory in Korea.
Really?
Very cool people.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know that Harley Benton has increased their quality over the years drastically. They've
Yes.
gotten better and better and better. So even though we might not have specific things where we can say this is drastically different, quality-wise, this is likely a better instrument. And I have to say, this already was very, very good because of all the wood and the mass and the solidity.
Solidity.
It just rings. It's fat. I mean, it's got sustain.
I did notice that the old version is heavier than the new one, but that might be just due to the guitars.
Now, we do have the things we want on a guitar like this. These do not look like the original Gibson.
No.
They look more like an ESP Eclipse version of it.
Yeah.
But I think they look a little bit meaner. I don't like the squished together look of the Gibson because it looks squished.
Yes.
The Gibson has a ridiculously long 12-string headstock because they're spacing out the tuners quite a bit. This is a bit bigger than...
The Gibson uses the vintage style tuner, so they have no choice.
I like that this is not comically big.
Because these have
Gotos. No, Grovers. They're Grovers.
like mini style tuners.
Mini Grovers. So this is why you get 12 tuners in a relatively small headstock. And then you've got the big Grovers here. A Grover tuners, that's good quality.
Yes.
And also the new one rings. It's big. It's got a very mature sound. It's not an inexpensive budget sound.
Yes. The pickups can bark too. I need a cigarette.
Tuning it is always a chore.
Yes.
But it's very doable because the tuners are stable and smooth.
Yes.
Looking at in the back, let me see. Oh, they are all in line, but that one is a little bit off. Oh, interesting here too. It might have to be, look, they're all pretty in line and that one goes up. They're all in line, this one goes, this might be, here too.
Because they're so close together that...
That's interesting that it's years apart and it's still the same. So it's not a mistake, it's deliberate.
Yeah, because they're probably going off of the same design file. Most of the part, for the most part.
Let's go and see if you can just improvise a noodle with that. would assume, I don't know, I've never held the original Gibson or Epiphone copy, that there's certain things that it doesn't have, like preventing neck breakage or headstock breakage, because these actually have a volute. Does the Epiphone have a volute? Probably not. You actually owned it.
I owned it.
So tell us your Epiphone gig story. He actually had the Epiphone double neck. So why did you have that?
Okay, so I was playing in a classic rock cover band. We decided to play a love song by Tesla. And
wait, this one?
yeah, that one. So, and an Epiphone double neck came up on Craigslist for, for a good price. I snagged it. And for the next few gigs, I brought 3 guitars. 6-string, backup 6-string, well, trem 6-string, hardtail 6-string, and the double neck just for the gag, right?
That's a lot to carry just for the gag.
Well, I also gigged with a Pedal Train Pro and JMP, 1978 JMP half stack. So,
okay, the guitars weren't your biggest problem.
Yeah, exactly. And then one gig, I got lazy and left behind the hardtail 6-string backup. Mm-hmm. And of course, we go into the first set. We launch into the second song, and I break a string on my 6-string.
So you only had one guitar left?
I only had the double neck as the backup, and I played it for the next 50 minutes.
So your back was fucked?
Yep. Yes, up until this day.
Also, how many frets does the 6-string have on the Epiphone?
That is the first thing I noticed, because when I was playing around on this thing, I discovered that this had the full 22 frets of a typical SG style guitar. The Epiphone and the Gibson, if you look at the pictures, goes only up to 20 frets.
So not super compatible with other Sorong, and you can't even get to the last 3.
Because the horn is at right around the 18th fret, I think.
Okay.
So you can't even get there. So when I had to be really, really creative with my solos.
So it might look the part, but it is functionality-wise not quite. I mean, this is functionality-wise a better guitar.
Yes. So that alone might sway some people towards this guitar over,
Because the guy in the audience that wants the look of the Gibson double neck thing for the famous songs that we mentioned, they don't know.
No.
They don't know the difference.
Nope.
Now, important with an instrument like this is how you get it to the gig, because there's no gig bag, nothing.
No.
You have to have a case from the company, and this comes in a case.
A hard case.
Hard case.
A big one.
Yep.
That side over there.
That may or may not have been peed in by cats.
Yeah, it fits 3 or 4 or 5 cats.
I'm thinking the ones that Thomann haven't been peed in, but no guarantees.
Maybe.
I've never seen cats in the Thomann warehouse. It has some benefits. Comes in a case. Mm-hmm. Don't play it for the whole gig like you did.
No, don't.
And the Epiphone version, the cheapest I found online was $860. After that were 2 more on Reverb for $1,600.
Okay.
Which sounds more realistic, right? Okay. And they were all used, of course.
Yeah.
This brand new, I think, is $5 or $6.99. Let's call it $6.99.
Okay.
Which means it still clocks in $100 cheaper than the Epiphone used. Now, we already said that the Gibson is 9,000, but let's talk about the reissue that they did last year. Because if you want one that Jimmy Page looked at, I mean, it says...
Signed off on.
It says he played them all and signed them or something.
Yeah.
I mean, played them all might mean A minor, move it on. I don't know how many they made.
Or this one?
Yep.
That's
done.
Counted as playing, right?
Yep, they said he touched them and played them. 50,000, 49,000 something.
9,999.
Obviously, that's a collector's item, but is it really? Because it would never tour, would never be with him. It would be on some guy's wall, if anything, maybe in a closet somewhere. Will they really gain value? More than $50,000? Is it an investment?
Given the limited edition and...
Okay, but how limited? I don't know how many they made. And if it's Murphy Lab anything, the paint might fall off. Okay, that's a chance.
Okay.
I'll tell you one thing. This thing is almost 10 years old, and all the paint is still here. Look at it. Even though it has, honestly, been overnight in cat piss.
Oh, okay.
I mean, right here. Do you see anything? Nope.
Nope, I didn't see anything. You still have the plastic on.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Now the question is, how many pieces of wood are these? What wood is it? We're gonna assume it's mahogany. We've got a scarf joint there.
Yeah.
We've got all the things that it's an inexpensive guitar, but honestly, it is the most affordable double neck SG style guitar in that vein. I think they don't look like the original, but they look close enough for any tribute band to look the part. If you absolutely play in a Rush band, Rush tribute band, and you need to play Xanadu, we haven't played them Xanadu. Here's Xanadu. And you need to look like that. Well, you know what? This is going to do it.
Yeah.
Do you want to take that case with you? Do you want to go through all the trouble? Do you want to put this on a strap and kill your back? For one song? Maybe. Don't be an idiot like this guy and then only take one other guitar, okay?
Yeah, don't be lazy. Don't be lazy.
Get the cigarette tunerette. Actually, it does look pretty damn cool.
Yeah, look.
With the little glow thing.
Yeah. See, fit. Will I burn the other headstock? Oh, it won't even fit. Okay, never mind.
What I like about this, it is absolutely tunable. Really buttery smooth tuners. There isn't a lot of space here, but it does work.
It does.
I haven't had trouble.
Yeah.
And because of all the wood and the weight and the massiveness, it has tone.
Yes. And you get to experiment with some cool stuff too. Like if you, like in your jam track, right? You were.
Oh yeah.
Right. So the 12-string part was active, but you were noodling on the 6-string part.
Yep.
Just playing with the resonance.
There's some really cool ambient stuff you can do.
Yeah, and then you can also do the... Wait, which one is
E
it?
minor.
See, look.
I can do it.
Almost
Wait. Here we go. Oh my God, that hurts. Because, that's how I know. Here we go. Oh my, okay, I don't have calluses here.
Right.
That's like starting to play guitar on a 12 string. That's ouching.
But think of all the TikToks that you can make. You and your buddy.
Oh, all the way. Also, talking about a TikTok thing, I did a reel with this, recording a background line with nice distortion for a Campaign Like Clockwork song. That looks like this.
Just before you let go, leave me all at sea, let me fall and flee. But who can blame you? Don't you turn around till you're safe and sound. But who can blame you?
Wow, you have a bunch of stuff on this thing.
Yeah, and that was actually really cool because I was playing around with certain things, but I needed some fullness for that background line, and that was a cool way to do it. You could, of course, have a normal 6-string electric,
Yeah.
but if you have this, then you could use it to record parts that otherwise you wouldn't do. So the bottom line is, for the money, there's nothing else out there. If you want an Epi, it's going to be more. If you want a Gibson, it's going to be
Way more.
considerably more. If you
Yeah.
want a limited edition, Jimmy Page played it once. It's going to be the price of a Tesla and then some.
Oh, but you get a Tesla with this. You get 4 of them.
You get 4 Teslas with this?
Yeah.
Wow. This was a historical video, not particularly accurate, but
Kind of informed.
kind of informed. But the point is, if you're in the market for your tribute band, then you know what? These do the job, and I don't think you need more. They're not a compromise. They're actually a very, very nice instrument. Get it? Get the cigarette tuner with it.
Yeah, this is how I used to do it when I used to smoke.
Smoking's bad for you.
Yeah, that's why I quit.
Ah.
But you don't have to take up smoking again if you want to look cool.
Nope.
No.
That actually, I'm sorry, but that actually does look cool. If it's now a half good tuner, I'm convinced.
Okay.
I'll put links below to these babies. I mean, you can get the new one in red as well. This is just the old one.
Yeah.
And I do now own, because this stays here, 2 double neck guitars.
1 for each hand.
1 for each hand.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't listen to the man. Thank you, Perfecto. I didn't have to learn those licks. It was great.
Yeah. Well, always wonderful to be here.
Yep. If you want one, get it. Or just get a 12-string. Or just get a Harley Benton DC, which are phenomenal guitars if you just want 6 strings.
Yeah.
Or don't buy Harley Benton. Go to Toma, buy something else. Whatever you want, buy a drum set. But use my link. You might also use his link, but then you have to go to his.
Use my link. Use my link.
But that's on your videos. This is my video.
I'm gonna pin it in the first comment.
Oh, oh my God, that is mean.
Okay, no, I won't. I'll pin yours in the first comment.
But that would be funny. Yeah? If you did that, it would be backstabby, but funny.
Well, actually, I can't pin any comments on your channel.
Right.
So he's gonna pin my affiliate link in the first comment.
I will not. I shall not. The dogs and cats need food, people.
Well, I have a dog. He needs food too.
Feed his dog. Go to his channel, watch something, buy that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you for watching, and
Animals at the end.